All right, this is the 540 belay. This is our primary belay device that we will be using. It is made by Traverse Rescue. It's a very simple belay device to use. It all works on friction. Okay, so the way we're going to use this device, it's going to be, of course, in our belay bag. That's the two 540s that we do have are pre-rigged in our belay bags, one on 1412 in the coffin compartment, one on the air trailer. Okay, it should be in the bag with, we've got the 540, your delta to hook into your anchor plate, your extra large carabiner, and then on up to your anchor straps. Okay, so loading the 540 belay. All right, what I've done with our 540s is I took the bottom string off. So basically what we can do now is we can leave the 540 loaded onto the delta and loaded onto the anchor plate. So 540 up, you can see the wraps, you can see the description on the front of the 540 belay itself. All you're going to do when you open it up, you can flop the faceplate back. You're going to take your rescue rope, the rope that's in the bag with your system, and you're going to basically make a round turn. There's directions all over the thing. You can load it both ways, okay? So you can load it this direction, or you can load it this direction, all right? Basically what you're going to do, you can see two pins on either side of the device. Your first wrap is going to be on the back side of those pins, as so. Second wrap is going to be on the front side of those pins. So when you get the entire thing loaded, you should have some round turns over the top of the device. Once you get it loaded, pinch the two ropes coming out of the bottom, pinch them together. Take your faceplate, put it right back over the top. Push this is the loading and unloading button. Basically it opens up the little steel ball bearings that are there, allows you to take the faceplate on and off. Okay, so when you do load this, this is why this side should be up, because what you're going to see is these steel ball bearings coming around the gold circular piece in the middle, the gold button in the middle. Okay. You want to make sure that pops into place and you can see all four of those steel ball bearings. Okay? You want to make sure you can see those at all times. The biggest reason why you're not going to be able to get this plate back down inside of it is the gold bars on the side, on either side of the device, are not lining up correctly. That's the reason why. So kind of play with the faceplate a little bit and it should pop right back down into place. Okay? So you can see the big reason why I did take that little string out of the middle of the bottom is it's the ease of unloading and loading the piece of equipment. So to load it and unload it, all we do, we don't have to take it off the delta anymore or off the anchor plate. All we have to do is pop the faceplate off, load it and unload it, and then pop the faceplate back on. Okay? So to basically how the piece of equipment operates, it works on friction. So there's friction coming through the device, and if the device would lock over, the cam in the middle, the barrel-looking thing in the middle, it basically cams over, and it cams over against one of the posts, and it pinches the rope up against the post. Okay? So normal operation, you're going to feed the rope. Make sure when you're feeding the rope through, whichever direction you're going, it's feeding through nice and smoothly. Okay? If it's going to cam over, it cams over and it locks off. I put force on it, it's not going to come loose. That barrel in the middle has pinched the rope up against the side. So to release that, there's this little lever right here. So what you can do is open up that lever, and it opens that cam up and it starts releasing some of the tension on that cam, and it resets that barrel in the middle. It resets the cam itself. Okay? Normally, if the belay does lock up on accident, it's not locked up because of an emergency that we're having with our main line or something happens with our system. Normally, you don't have to use the lever to unlock the system. Or to unlock the 540. All you have to do, let's get it locked back up. So we're locked back up now. All you have to do is just pull tension on the other side and it unlocks itself. A lot of times you'll get going too fast with this piece of equipment and it'll lock itself up. To unlock it, just pull back with this hand. So I'm pulling with my left hand, it locked up. All I'm going to do is pull back just slightly with my right hand and then keep going with my left. Okay? Coming back up the same way. You're just feeding it back through the opposite direction. You shouldn't lock it up that way. But if you do, same thing. Just pull back the other direction and keep going. If our main line would happen to break, and we would happen to have a catastrophic failure of some sort and our belay would catch, the neat thing about this piece of equipment is if we are able to do so within the incident and we can lower the person to the ground, this can be our lowering device. So we can take this device and actually use this lever when it's locked up and use it as a kind of like a friction lowering device, and it'll lower the victim or rescuers or whoever is on the end of our belay to the ground safely. On our anchor plate, I do have a backup. Okay, our extra large carabiner, it's going to be for our munner hitch. So if our 540 would happen to fail and we did need another belay device, it's immediately available right here. All we have to do is throw a quick munner hitch in our rope. So we got a quick munner hitch in our rope, attached to our extra large carabiner. Make sure it's locked into place and make sure it operates correctly before we unload. Make sure we're going the right direction with it. So before we unload our 540, so we have everything operating correctly, everything's locked down. Before we load our 540, we have to make sure that's operating right, and then we can unload our 540. And then this is out of play, and we've got a belay device, or we got another belay set up ready to rock and roll.